Hi everyone, welcome to the next class. I know some of you really like grunge music, so I'm going to feature the Grog's Grunge Dance in this video, which is about some thoughts about physical approach to piano. One of the things that, and I've observed this a lot, one of the things that humans do when they learn the piano, or they learn anything, but particularly piano because it's physically very difficult, is they focus on getting the piece and learning the piece rather than learning a physical movement that's going to help with that piece. So one of the things I would do if I was teaching young people, like younger than yourselves, to play piano, I would really try and see how that went, focusing on those things. It's really hard to teach that to younger musicians because they want to get it right and they want to get the next piece done and put a sticker in their book and all that kind of stuff. Whereas maybe it's a bit easier with you guys. So getting this piece hands together, I would suggest that a big part of that is being comfortable with having your hand just in one position. So this might not seem like a useful class, but I think it really is in terms of piano technique. So we're going to start with your thumb on D, and yeah, sorry, was that the first finger? No, thumb is 1, right, there we go. Forgive me, I'm not a piano teacher. Okay, thumb on 1, 2 on E, 3 on F sharp, 4 on G, and 5 on A. And just explore that, and just keep your hand there. And practice, not even playing the notes, practice not moving your hand till you can be really confident that your hand's not going to move and you're going to play all the notes. And you can see that position of my hand is kind of low on the D with the thumb, and I can still reach the F sharp, and I can play all of those notes without moving my hand. So if I just play the beginning line of the Grog's Grunge Dance here, you might recognize the tune. Okay, so until we got to this point, it was all plain sailing. I could play all of the beginning of that piece. I'll even put it hands together without moving my right hand. Okay, and that's what I'm practicing. Doing that so I can look at the music, so I can practice not looking at my hands because I know where they are. I'm going to look at this music whilst I do it. Here we go. It's a heavy tune. Good. And then we get to the point, sorry, I put my thumb on the B there. I should have put 2, which leads me on to the fact that, do you know what? At a high level, getting fingering right on piano is hard. Let's explore that. Here, this is tricky. I have to go 1, 3, 5, which makes perfect sense. Moving on here, C, E, and G. 1, 3, 5. Quick jump to 4 there. Okay, 4 is a ring finger on the right hand. Okay, they didn't give the fingering there. Should probably move. Okay, so there's a pass there, which is a bit tricky, and that's my point. This is really hard stuff now. If I try and play this using the right fingering hands together, I bet I'm not going to get that right. Let's try it. I already went wrong. I went wrong. Okay, it's amazing, right? You think of me as somebody who's quite good on the piano, but I'm actually, not that great. Now, here's an interesting thing. Yes. Practicing that fingering so you can do it that way is one thing, and getting the fingering absolutely perfect. Yes, you can do that. Do I advise doing that? In some ways, yes, but to really get you into that world, start out with where you can keep your hand in a basic kind of position. So I like this one. So I've got D, E, F sharp, G, A there, and I showed you that one. If I just split my hand slightly, I can get C major. This song is in the key of C major. It starts kind of in G, but goes to C. So I can play across that C major chord there, or C major arpeggio, which is a really hard technique on piano. So I think that really helps. I suppose the question is then, where do you draw the line between putting it hands together and doing all of the techniques? That's for you to find out, but think about this notion of when you've got a fifth or a melody that uses a fifth, keep your hand in position, And as we've talked about, in previous lessons, there's a lot you can do with that. Okay, to close, I'm going to have one last go of playing this piece with the correct fingering. I'm going to take it slow. It says quite fast here, but in my practice. And let's see if even just the process of doing this video has meant, not that I can play the piece, I can already play the piece. I'm not trying to play the piece. I'm trying to learn the physical approach to playing the piano, which is going to help me. Does that kind of make sense? I'm practicing not playing a piece, I'm practicing playing the piano. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to go slow. So far, so good. Okay, so I got it right, and I did master that fingering. I had to spend so much time doing it, and maybe I should have just focused on the piece. So the last thing I'm going to do is I am going to play the piece just as I naturally do it. Now, my point here is that this is probably a piece where I can do that and I can get by, but there'd be so many that I couldn't. So I need to then reflect on learning and mastering that physical approach, which starts with, there we go, here we go, quite fast. I told you it's hard. I rest my case. I absolutely rest my case. Okay, hope you enjoyed that one. Hateful comments in the comment section, please. Okay, see you soon. Ciao, bye.